Why don't we just call podcasts talk shows? That's what they are. They're just shows that are all talking.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Late to School. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And this is a Sailor Moon watchcast again.
Yeah! We're back.
We have returned
back to our roots.
From our deep slumber in the annals.
We definitely didn't do anything in between season 1 of Sailor Moon.
Well, you didn't let me finish the bit.
Okay.
In the annals of shonen.
In the annals of shonen. And the annals of seinen.
Uh-huh.
And a couple movies.
Uh-huh.
One shonen-esque movie, and one, I don't know if there's an anime genre that Spirited Away sort of corresponds
I'm not
to,
sure.
But, you know.
Kids.
Kids.
And we have returned.
Yeah.
For Sailor Moon R, the second season of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
So...
I love when I love... We've returned to Sailor Moon Future.
Mm-hmm.
I love when a season has a different name than the other seasons.
Yeah. So before we talk about the episodes we watched this week, I want to talk a bit about this season's, background.
Mm-hmm.
So after the first season ended...
Right.
The manga was over.
Right, yeah.
Naoko Takeuchi had finished the story she set out to create.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it all the more, more impressive, I think, that the first season ended as such a singular complete story as it did, because they knew it wasn't.
What? No. The opposite.
What?
Naoko Takeuchi had finished the manga. The story was done.
Well, okay, but wait, hang on. You're not saying that this season is was either a new manga or was not part of the manga at all?
I'm saying it was a new manga.
Okay, huh.
I'm saying, okay, so what happened was, what I was going to say was, Naoko Takeuchi finished the manga. Partially during writing the manga, the anime happened. And they finished the anime. And the anime was extremely successful. And so, Toei went to Naoko and were like, hey, people really like this shit. What if we made more? And she was like, yeah, okay. And she wrote more manga.
Okay.
She initially had a lot of trouble figuring out what to do.
Okay, that makes sense, because because last season ended on basically ending the premise.
Yeah.
So this is a sequel series.
This is basically a sequel. The first arc of this season, the first 13 episodes, are not in the manga at all. They were filler that was created to give Naoko time to write the manga.
Okay.
And as such, a lot of people don't like this arc. I do.
Okay.
And also, for this season, in addition to Junichi Sato, who is the director of the first season,
right,
Kunihiko Ikahara also stepped up as co-director.
Okay. So he was just co-director for the whole season. For
the whole season and going onward.
Okay, cool. That's really interesting, because I honestly did not realize. Maybe you did make this more explicit and I just forgot?
No, I didn't know this stuff.
Okay.
I didn't know this when we recorded the finale.
Okay, because I had no idea that the first season of Sailor Moon was the entire manga.
Yeah.
And that was all there was intended to be originally.
Also, Sailor Moon R, the title of this season.
Yeah.
Are you curious what that means?
I am, because it certainly hasn't seemed to have come up in the story at all yet.
So, the R can either stand for return, romance, or rose.
We already did a Rose arc, though.
This is another one.
Okay. More Rose shit.
Not really.
Oh, okay. Why would you mislead me like that?
Just lying's fun and I'm an asshole.
They can't... They can't just have a letter that can stand for multiple different words. That can't be allowed.
Why not?
Because
it's dual meaning.
That's fine in like the LGBTQ
double entendre
acronym because it was sort of retroactive, you know? Like we didn't want to add multiple A's and such. But you can't do that from the top.
Well, they did it.
Okay. Return makes sense. The first season was already romance, so like...
Yeah, the miracle romance.
Yeah.
So with that said...
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about the episode we watched this week.
Yeah.
We only watched one.
Mm-hmm. As is tradition.
Mm-hmm. The first episode of this season, episode 47.
Mm-hmm.
Moon returns. The mysterious aliens appear.
Yeah.
This episode was directed by Kazuhisa Takanouchi, written by Shigeru Yanagisawa.
Okay, familiar name there.
And the animation director. I did not mention animation directors in the first season, and I feel like that's a failure on my part.
Okay, yeah.
The animation director was Taichi Nakamura.
Okay.
It first aired March 6, 1993 in Japan, and November 22nd, 1995 in English.
All right. So... First order of business. New opening.
Yeah.
We see the Toei cat that I've missed and the Viz Media logo. And there's a new opening.
Yeah.
Same song, but new sequence. We don't go like frame by frame on openings here usually, but
is there anything notable?
Yeah, I did. I actually like after watching the episode, I rewatched the opening just to see like what here seems important. What do I need to note here? I really like... So it's got the bell toll still.
Yes.
That the later openings of season 1 had. Because I don't think it started with those.
I don't remember.
Because like it would tell the bull. I'm not gonna...
No?
Nope.
Okay.
It would toll the bell. I changed my mind. It would toll the bell over like we would see the Moon Kingdom from a distance, and we'd see it like fading, I think. That happens here again, except instead of the Moon Kingdom, it's like the city skyline of Tokyo, I guess.
Yeah, Tokyo. This is probably specifically Juban.
Okay. Oh right, Juban is in Tokyo, right? Okay. I totally forgot that. And I like that cinematic parallel. I feel like there's themes you could read into just that one shot. Usagi looks very upset for several parts of the opening, which is unlike the first opening. We see Usagi and Mamoru against like the background of Starry Night, like the Da Vinci painting. No, not Da Vinci. What?
No.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Van Gogh. I noted. There's a couple frames where Tuxedo Mask has a new outfit.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got like a cool cape. I don't know if that's like...
he's always had a cape.
No, but it's a different cape.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's less of a cape and more of a cloak.
Are you talking about the white outfit he wears?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean... Which is
not the outfit he wore as Prince Endymion.
Right. It could be nothing. It, like, because, you know...
Do you want to know if it's something?
Sure.
It's something.
Okay, I'm glad. I've been betrayed before by Utena with the fucking flying unicorns in the opening that never appear in the show. We see there's a frame in the opening where Usagi turns into a card, like a playing card.
Yeah,
There's some villains in the opening. With clawing hands, it might be the same shot of clawing hands from the older openings. I'm not sure.
I think they might have used that shot in the Deke opening.
So did Sailor Moon R already come out before the
because
Deke dub?
The Deke dub came out in 1995, and
this
is 1993.
Okay, and I think. None of the villains in the opening look like the villains we'll see later.
No, they're just like generic mooks.
Yeah, I assume they're generic monsters.
That
we might see later, but...
Yeah.
We also see... I noted this. We see amongst images of the other Sailor Guardians, we see a sort of circular tablet thing.
Right.
That has all of their, like, alchemical symbols.
Okay.
Encircling it.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks too
specific?
Detailed and specific to be, like, just a random thing they just threw into the opening.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that's plot relevant somehow.
I mean, do you remember the first opening had fucking evil drama mask, tuxedo mask?
Yeah, I guess, but that feels more... That feels like a very generic symbol.
Fair.
This feels like the fact that they made it an ancient-looking tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks like a fucking Mayan circular calendar.
Mm-hmm. There's something you missed, and I don't know if mentioning it will give it away.
Okay.
There is a bit where, like, Usagi runs over to Tuxedo Mask. This is when we see him in the white cloak.
Right.
And she hugs him and he disappears.
Okay. I think I just assumed that was, that one I assumed was artistic license.
Okay. I mean, it is, but it's, it's something.
Right. It thematic, at least, probably.
Mm-hmm. The episode opens with a little, like, summary of who Usagi is, and...
Yeah.
And, she's Usagi Tsukino. She's a 14-year-old middle school student.
Yep. And then we see Usagi's house.
Mm-hmm.
Where she is late for school.
Yeah.
She's yelling about being late for school.
As she is wont to be. Oh, so last season, I did not talk about the Japanese voice actors for any of the characters.
Oh, did you not?
No, which was a mistake that I am going to correct.
Okay.
So Usagi's Japanese voice actress, who we've mentioned before because she does some image songs, obviously.
Okay.
Kotono Mitsuishi, who plays Mitsuto Katsuragi in Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay.
Juri, I don't know if this last name is ever mentioned. Ari Sugawa in Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Okay.
And the legendary Tei Yamada.
I don't know who that...
You don't need to.
Okay.
She's a character in Zombieland Saga.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Usagi is late for school. She runs out of her house. And guess what?
Toast.
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 Toast!
In her mouth.
She carries the toast in her mouth as she is running to school.
Mm-hmm.
She also stumbles and falls, and the toast falls out of her mouth.
Uh-huh.
So she immediately fucked even that up.
Yeah. Listen, she lost her memory. She doesn't remember how to run to school with toast in her mouth safely.
And her brother tells her to get her fucking book bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he yell at each other for a bit, and then she keeps running to school.
Mm-hmm. And we pan up to the roof of her house, where we see Luna and Artemis.
Yeah.
The two cats.
Who are talking, they're just watching her go, and are talking about how it's been 2 months since everybody fought Queen Beryl and lost their memories.
Mm-hmm.
I do wanna... So they lost. Okay, so not only did they lose their memories, though, right? Like, time.
It does seem like time has reversed, right? Because, like, no one else is like, hey, Usagi, remember that time when I was held hostage by a monster?
So,
no one seems to, like, remember that Sailor Moon exists.
So it's either that time...
Although... Sorry. I think later we will see that Sailor V merchandise still exists.
Okay, that's fine. That makes perfect sense to me because of my theory that Sailor V became Sailor V before finding out she was Sailor Venus.
Yeah, that's canon also, that theory.
Oh, right. I can't remember jack shit about this show. I can't... What did we talk about? What did we even do? Before it feels like it's been 50 years since Sailor
I know that
Moon.
Mamoru hates Fortnite.
I know Mamoru hates Fortnite. He's got purple pleated pants, which we'll talk about again later.
Spoilers.
We'll pick it back up. We'll figure it out again.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll keep saying stupid shit, and you'll keep reminding me that we've talked about that already.
Okay. But yeah, I don't like the memory loss thing. Seems weird.
Yeah, it's either time rewound or everybody has lost their memories.
Yeah,
which in either case is probably... I mean, if everybody lost their memories, that's gotta be confusing, right? Because, like, what if clocks didn't change? Like, people are just missing like, several months.
A fucking businessman returns to work and he sees a report on something he's never heard of being written up.
Uh-huh. But yeah, Luna and Artemis are like, hey, it's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's chill.
They get to live happy lives.
Yeah. And then Artemis is a fucking creepo. And is like, he like leans into Luna and is like, Luna, maybe we should settle down. And Luna is like, wait, do you mean you fucking perv? And then scratches his face and he just eats shit and it's fantastic. I hate that fucking cat. That's one thing I'll remember. I hate that fucking piece of shit cat and I like Luna fucking up his whole entire day.
So Luna's voice actress...
In Japanese.
In Japanese, yes. Is Keiko Han, who couldn't really find anything else except that she's Queen Beryl.
Right. Right, we knew that, right? Or
did we?
Maybe we didn't. God. Now I'm remembering shit that may not have happened.
And Artemis's Japanese voice actor is Yasuhiro Takeda. Who we have mentioned before because he's Principal Nezu in My Hero Academia.
Oh.
And also Russia in Axis Powers Hetalia.
We don't need to focus on that. We can focus on the fact that he is typecast as small, cute, white animals. Talking animals, specifically.
Yeah. Yasuhiro gotta eat.
Yeah. But yeah, Luna kicks Artemis's entire ass. And then we cut to school, where Usagi is being told to stand in the hall because she was late. And and not only is she being forced to stand in the hall, she has a bucket.
I
assume this is the punishment bucket.
This is the punishment bucket, yes.
She is balancing a bucket, which we'll at least later learn is filled with water. On her head.
We can assume it's filled with something because otherwise it would not be very hard to balance.
Right. She is holding it with her hands.
Yes.
But still. What the fuck?
Gotta do it.
No, but...
Punishment bucket.
Is this a thing?
I don't know. I don't want to speak authoritatively on, like, punishment in mid-90s Japanese middle schools.
It seems bad.
It seems bad.
It seems like a shitty thing to make a middle schooler do.
It's a pretty shitty thing to do.
And Usagi is complaining. And she is overheard by Ami. Who,
exits the next door classroom.
Yeah. And, starts sort of chatting with her. And Usagi's like, you're that genius in the other class, right?
Ami notably wipes Usagi's tears with a handkerchief.
So this is their first time actually, properly meeting each other.
Yeah.
We saw in the last season, I remember we see them see each other. They know of each other's existence.
Ami mentions, oh, they made you stand in the hall again, huh? So she's clearly seen Usagi out here before.
I'm just saying, Ami has seen this cute girl standing out in the hall and is like, eventually I'm gonna fucking talk to her. I'm gonna take the opportunity. And this time she saw her and it was like, okay, go time, Mizuno. Come on. Also, again, Ami and Usagi are the first ones to meet each other. In this new timeline.
Yeah.
And then Usagi complains about Miss Haruna. And Miss Haruna comes out and she overheard her complaining. And Usagi tries to apologize and accidentally dumps the bucket of water on Miss Haruna.
Yeah.
And gets detention.
Yep. Ami's voice actress is Aya Hisakawa, who is Miki Kaoru in Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Okay.
Sorry, Mickey.
Right, Mickey. The one character none of the characters in the dub ever learn how to pronounce his name.
No. And also Palutena in Kid Icarus Uprising and Smash Brothers.
Oh, cool. They got her in both of those, huh?
Yeah.
They couldn't do that for the American one.
Couldn't Japanese voice acting union maybe not as strict. Maybe doesn't exist, I'm not sure.
And then we cut to Usagi's house again at night. We see inside her room, we see that Luna is there.
Yeah.
So Luna is still living with Usagi.
Yeah.
But Usagi does not know she's a talking alien cat.
No.
And Usagi is talking to herself in her sleep, saying, I couldn't eat another bite. Please, I insist. And then we see flashing out the windows.
Yeah. Again, seizure warning for this show.
Yeah, And we see
a nasty beam.
we see a shape falling through the sky that it's like streaking down in a beam of light and hits a parking lot.
Is it a parking lot?
I think it's a parking lot nearby, or at least kind of nearby.
It's in
Usagi's
Juban.
house. Yeah, it's nearby enough that the impact is felt by Usagi, and she like wakes up and thinks it's an earthquake.
And we see the crater formed by the impact,
and
we see a nasty beam that sort of wiggles around and then floats up and flies away to like an abandoned office building.
Yeah.
Where it like floats outside of the windows and then does something.
It does something with lights, as nasty beings from space are wont to do. Luna also internally monologues that she's got a bad feeling about this. And we see at the impact site, it's still at night. Everybody has just woken up and has come to be like, hey, what the fuck was that? We see a bunch of familiar faces, including some that are zoomed in on for emphasis to let us know they're there. We see Ray's grandpa, who I believe says it must have been a meteorite or something like that.
Yeah. It must have been a meteor. No, that's not it. That's not quite it.
What the fuck was that?
It must have... Quack!
It's about time you showed up, Fox. That's not that either.
No.
I love that your attempt at Gramps was just transforming into a fucking duck.
Listen.
We see also, in addition to Ray's grandpa in the crowd, we also see Ray and Mina. And Usagi is also here and is like, hey, what the fuck? And also meets up with Ami.
Yeah.
And comments on her genius brain also being curious about the large noise, the big noise.
For a second, I thought you were going to say the large Noid, and God, imagine if that was what this was. Imagine if the Noid had come to Earth. And that was the villain of the next 13 episodes.
Usagi needs to become Sailor Moon again in order to stop the Noid from ruining everyone's pizza. It's a noble cause. And also... Usagi also sort of leans back and bumps into... Or no, she is bumped into by a large girl. Specifically, it's Mako.
Yeah.
Mako is also here. And now I don't like this. Usagi in this timeline isn't nearly as nice to Mako.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
She's like, when she realizes that she's been bumped by her, she's very scared. And is immediately like, you're that giant girl from school. And Mako is like, you don't have to call me giant.
Also, I don't know how accurate Viz Media's subtitles are, but I did look at the subs for something that's later, and Usagi calls her hefty, which, no.
No.
I mean, like, taller people are generally heavier than shorter people.
Yeah.
And, like, Mako probably should be buff.
Right.
But still, what?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Giant girl is maybe a good change for the dub.
Yeah.
Still, though, don't like Usagi being
what the fuck happened?
I don't know what happened.
But she does, Usagi internally is like, hey, this feels weird.
This feels...
All of us being together feels sort of familiar.
What's that feeling?
What is this feeling? And then and then she is distracted from that thought by stepping on a brochure that for something that it says all candy is 80% off, and she's just excited about that. I don't think that's relevant at all. I don't know why that was there.
No.
Just to distract her from figuring out what's going on, I guess.
Yeah. Just to distract her from, like, thinking more about how familiar this feels. And then there's a voice behind Usagi.
Yes, as she is getting excited
mocking,
about candy.
Smug tone. That just is like, hey, you're gonna get fat if you eat that candy.
And guess who do we know that's good at fat shaming middle schoolers?
It's Mamoru Chiba.
It's Mamoru Chiba.
In his standard attire.
And Usagi is like, hey, I know that smug, obnoxious voice. You're that asshole.
And Mamoru's like, hey, bunhead. It's not a good bit, but it's funny to me. Mamoru is like, now the image of a bunhead turning into a bun is very amusing to me.
Which he has made that joke before in a different timeline.
Yeah. And Usagi is like, well, you're a butthead.
And he says that's weak, as if he is not the one that's been calling her bunhead this entire time.
And then we cut to, I think, the same office building.
Yeah, that we saw the nasty bean at.
Yeah, I think the balcony of one of the offices. We hear a voice.
We hear a voice saying, this planet is simply overflowing with excellent sources of energy. So, yeah, we're back into it.
Here we go.
We're back. Aw, shit, here we go again. It's more energy gathering.
Here I go stealing energy again.
Lord help us, but the aliens in this setting are back on their bullshit. And we see two figures who are green.
Yeah. They're green elves.
They're green elves. They got pointy ears. They got. So they immediately start sort of talking about how much they love each other. Do they say their names here, right?
Yeah, they mention they refer to each other as Ale and Dawn.
Ale?
Ale.
How was Ale spelled?
A-I-L.
A-I-L. Okay.
I mean, it's spelled in kanji, presumably,
right.
But in Romanji, it's A-I-L.
Okay. Is that a real name?
I don't think so.
Because An sounds like a real Japanese name
An is 100% a real name.
Okay. So AOL is like... They fucking go back and forth flirting with each other. And, like, these are the straightest aliens I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because, like, not only do they immediately like, hey, we're in a romantic relationship. BT dubs, audience. Literally, the guy has blue hair and the girl has pink hair.
Yeah, There is a cute detail that I like. The guy has, like, a little dot of pink in his hair.
Yeah, they have, like, streaks of the other color.
Yeah, it's cute.
That is a cute detail. Also, they don't look... I mean, they don't look like they should be straight, other than the color scheme there.
No.
Because, like, they're fucking glam rock stars.
Yeah.
Stars.
Fuck you.
Because they're from space.
They have big poofy hair.
They have big poofy hair, and long poofy hair.
Yeah.
And the guy AOL, is, I really hope that's not a real name.
Ale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up after this episode and make sure that I don't make fun of it if it is after this point. He starts talking about Perseus and Andromeda.
Yeah. He talks about how the hero Perseus saved the lovely Andromeda from tons and tons of monsters.
And then he starts playing a little song on his weird flute.
And
why these aliens know about Greek mythology?
Space.
I mean, okay, to be fair, we've met, literally, characters from space named Luna and Endymion and Serena.
Artemis.
That one's a weird case, though, but...
Yeah.
I don't know how this asshole dude cat turned into a cool lesbian hunter goddess.
HRT.
I love the idea of HRT for species.
You don't know Artemis wasn't a cat.
Wait.
The goddess.
Oh, the goddess. I guess that's, yeah, sure. But yeah, they talk about Artemis. They talk about Greek mythology and Perseus and Artemis.
No. Perseus and Andromeda.
Perseus and Andromeda, yeah. And then we cut to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep seeing more of these characters immediately.
Yeah.
Because there's new transfer students at the Juban Middle School.
Uh-huh.
Their names are Seijuro. Seijuro?
Seijuro.
Seijuro. Seijuro?
Seijuro.
Seijuro. Seijuro.
Yes.
God damn it. Seijuro? Seijuro Ginga.
Mm-hmm.
And Natsumi Ginga.
Mm-hmm.
So,
these two characters who are deeply in love have decided.
You know what would be helpful? For our Earthman disguises. Is if we were siblings.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Why would they choose to do that?
To have an excuse to, like, know each other already.
And, like, go home together, I guess?
Yeah. It's still weird, though.
It's still weird that they would make that choice.
I should mention at this point their voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Ale is voiced by Brian Beacock in English, who is Krillin in Dragon Ball Super.
Okay.
Takato Matsuda in Digimon.
Okay.
Frontier? The third season of Digimon. The third series of Digimon. He's the main character. Luthier in Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia.
Okay. Wait, Luthier. I know Luthier, right?
Yeah. And
who was Luthier?
He's the sage with the, like, orange hair. He has the sister who's been...
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
I liked him, yeah.
And Monokuma in the Danganronpa series.
Okay.
He's the evil bear.
He's the evil bear, okay. That's the one Danganronpa character I know.
His Japanese voice actor is Hikaru Midorikawa, who's Tien in various Dragon Ball media.
Okay.
Soji Mikage in Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Okay.
He's the guy from the Black Rose arc. Yeah,
the pink hair guy?
Yeah, the pink hair guy.
Yeah, okay.
And Marth in the Fire Emblem anime.
Okay.
An is...
Yeah, okay. I need to know who An is voiced by.
You recognize her voice?
I feel like I recognize her
Yeah,
voice.
you probably do. She's Dorothy Fawn. Who is Fujiko Mine in Lupin III, The Castle of Cagliostro.
Okay.
Rinea in Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia. And Mercedes in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay, yeah, okay. I kept thinking Marianne from Three Houses, but no.
They have similar, like, shy girl voices.
Yeah.
Even though Mercedes isn't shy, but you know what I mean. Her Japanese voice actress is Yumi Toma, who is Cortana in the Halo anime. Okay. And
there's that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was that.
And Lei Fong in Dead or Alive. That's all I got. Okay. That's all I got for her.
Okay. But yeah,
they've transferred.
They transferred immediately. Usagi is like, hey, boy, hot boy.
Usagi and Naru, who we see, I think, for the first time in this episode.
Yeah. Also, Melvin.
Yeah.
Who is a fucking jealous boy. And also, so something that does give me hope. I don't think Naru and Melvin are dating in this timeline. It feels like they're not.
Melvin is very jealous of Naru's attraction to Seijiro.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that means
which is unusual,
dating.
Considering he originally had a crush on Usagi.
Yeah.
But also, fucking Usagi has a cat in this timeline, too. So, like, butterfly effect.
Yeah. Melvin saw her walking with Luna one day and was like, ew, cats? I can't like a girl who has a cat.
He would.
He would decide that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems in character.
Yeah. And
we see in a classroom, maybe during lunch or something, or like during a break or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of girls sort of crowding around Natsumi, and there's a very good bit where someone is like, so Natsumi, you've returned from studying overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And Natsumi says, si.
And Naru's like, oh, you speak Spanish?
Uh-huh. And everybody is very impressed. And it's like, hey, say more in Spanish. And she says, blah, blah, blee, blah, blah.
And everyone is immediately like, and she just, like, giggles to herself?
Yes.
Like, I don't know if...
And that's like the end of that bit.
Yeah, I think she thinks that she did a good job tricking these humans.
Uh-huh.
I did check, in Japanese, she of course speaks English. But she does also still say blah 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 blee blue blah.
Good. She just says yes in English.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, just everything she says is with this tone that it's very fun. I have no idea how to describe it, but it's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then her fucking killer instincts are activated by a flute song in the distance. She hears the flute, a tune that I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot in the future episodes, since it plays like 5 different times in this episode alone.
You remember the music box? This is the equivalent.
And we see a bunch of girls crowded around Seijiro, and we see Seijiro playing his weird flute, while a bunch of girls are impressed. I love that it's just like a bunch of girls are impressed with Natsumi and a bunch of girls are impressed with Seijiro.
Yeah.
There's like one boy at this school, and it's Melvin. And Seijiro, I guess.
Also, I want to mention, Seijiro does not have the same uniform as Melvin and like the other background boys we see sometimes.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know what's up with that. Natsumi has the same uniform as Usagi and Naru.
That is weird. And I think Usagi and Naru are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
they like wander out into the hall when they also hear the flute playing.
Yeah. And Seijiro sees them and is like, he says some bullshit that I didn't write down.
I found you. I found my Andromeda.
And Umino moves to quote-unquote protect Naru. And she just fucking baps him in the back of the head, and he eats shit, and it's great. A lot of just the male characters in this show eating shit this episode.
The male characters you don't like specifically.
Getting
except for Mamoru.
Getting fucking owned by their semi-love interests.
There's also a bit where Melvin plays the flute badly.
Yeah. He did just have that. I love that he does play the flute. He just had a flute. But he's also just not fucking good at it. It is very funny, just how badly he plays.
But
no, Seijiro was talking to Usagi.
Yeah, Naru thinks that he's, like, into her, but then it turns out he's into Usagi.
Which Naru does seem fine with, thankfully.
Yeah.
She's not jealous about it. And Seijiro is about to play another song for Usagi that is titled some bullshit about Andromeda or whatever. He says Seijiro / Ale says a lot of shit in this episode that I just didn't write down almost any of it, just because it's not. I guess it's funny.
Yeah.
I just hear this man talk and I'm like, who gives a shit? God.
I'm glad you already have this strong a reaction to Ale.
Also, I did want to point out, he's so fucking tall.
He's very tall.
He's like 2 heads taller than Usagi, which, like, he might be taller than Mamoru, who is a college student.
Yeah, we haven't seen him next to Mamoru for comparison.
Yeah. Yet.
Eventually.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't remember.
But as he's about to start playing his song, An shows up and is like, hey, what you doing?
What you doing there, Seijiro?
What you doing, bro?
Brother?
But yeah, she sort of pulls her brother, quote unquote brother, away, and then I think maybe it was the end of school or something, and people were just hanging out.
Maybe
because we cut to them leaving school.
Yeah,
they're walking home? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't know where they're walking. I guess
they're walking down a sidewalk.
Smartly, they've realized that if they just teleport home, people will notice that they never see them walking home.
That's assuming they can even teleport. I don't know if we know they can teleport for sure.
Me coming into Ale's mentions. Hey, P-Brain, you teleport?
And An is chewing him out for flirting with other girls. And Ale is like, we gotta sell the illusion.
Yeah, we're brother and sister.
Yeah,
here.
we have to make them think we're brother and sister for some reason. And she's like, okay, you still don't have to fucking be a dick about it. And Ale starts trying to sort of reassure her, but they pass someone. Yeah. They pass.
An turns away and she sees walking in the opposite direction a man.
Wearing... Well, she comments on his clothes, actually.
Yeah.
She is immediately smitten with this man and says, that green blazer, those pleated pants, that guy's perfect for me. And guess who do we know that fits that description?
It's Mamoru Chiba, that asshole.
That asshole.
So I did look. This is why I looked at the Japanese version. That's not there. She doesn't mention his clothes. That's a Viz Dub original running gag.
Great.
Which I love. I love it. It's so good.
It's extremely good. I wish she had said those purple pleated pants.
Yeah, but maybe it didn't fit the timing.
Yeah.
And she is smitten with
She's
Mamoru.
Smitten with this asshole in a black turtleneck, a green blazer.
Well, she doesn't comment on the turtleneck. Maybe that's just, that's you take the good with the bad.
I love the idea that the green blazer and the purple pleated pants, those are positives for her. The black turtleneck, we'll deal, we'll accommodate. And then... Ale is just still talking to An, and then looks, and she's no longer there. And he's like, what the fuck? What?
And she has started following Mamoru.
Yes, she's immediately started stalking Mamoru, and is moving towards him. He, falls over and, drops his books.
Yeah, he's reading a book while he walks.
Yeah. And she's like, a meet-cute opportunity. I must capitalize on this. And is about to, when she... just sort of grasps her heart and is falling to her knees because apparently she is out of energy.
Yeah, she needs energy.
Yeah. And then we cut to Usagi's room again. It's nighttime again. She's talking on the phone with Naru about cute boy. Cute boy likes her.
Naru is very excited that Seijiro is into Usagi.
Yeah.
You should also mention Naru's voice actor.
Yeah.
She is... Shino Kakinuma? Videl in Dragon Ball. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
It's literally her only other role is Videl in Dragon Ball.
Alright. And Luna is here and sort of internally is like, that's Usagi.
That's Usagi.
This is Usagi. But hey, I feel a disturbance in the Force.
Yeah.
Why do I feel uneasy? And then we cut again to, it looks like a cool apartment or something. I think it's that same office building or whatever.
Yeah. And
it fades very weirdly. It transfers into a almost heart-like chamber. That I don't understand the geography of this at fucking all.
It's Geiger Hell.
This is
we've returned to the Negaverse.
It is a very Geiger Hell-like thing, except we transfer so gradually from the real world through these shots to this new Geiger Hell that, I assume this is a physical space, but it's... I cannot fathom it.
It might be between spaces.
There's like 5 establishing shots in this one sequence, and none of them establish anything any useful points of reference for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Ale is playing his flute again, same tune, and meanwhile, An is sort of collapsed, lying down
on like a branch.
Yeah,
there's like a tree.
Yeah, there's like a tree. It's very plant-like, this environment, and there's a weird plant growth that appears seemingly as a response to the flute that does a weird tendril that drips a drop of something on
energy. It drops some energy.
It drops energy, and she wakes up. Her eyes open, and then we get a commercial break.
Yeah.
Specifically, there's little chibi sailors.
Oh right, yes.
There's like little chibi animations of the sailors.
Yeah,
that show us off.
The best eye catch in the entire series.
Yeah, it's very
so
cute.
Good.
When we come back, it's just some pictures of them regularly.
Yeah,
but
it's time for an all-out attack.
And then when we come back, An has awoken and is there hanging out. She, I believe, thanks Ale for getting her energy. There's there's a line here. They're talking. I can't remember what they're even fucking talking about.
They're talking about
energy.
They're talking about energy. There's a lot of life energy on this planet, Earth.
Specifically, especially with humans.
Yeah, we see some nature shots.
Yeah, including nature shots of humans. And Ale mentions something here, which is that An's ability to see the future is the best in the universe.
Yeah.
I believe that this is after he has a hand of cards that he offers to her to pick one.
Well, they've resolved to drain the energy of more humans.
Yes.
There's also a bit where Ale is like, young girls have a lot of energy, and Ale is like, that doesn't make sense. Wouldn't boys be as good? And An is like, no. And he's like, all right. Pick a card.
Again, these are the straightest fucking aliens. Like, of course she just hates all other women on this planet.
Yeah, of course. Of course she does.
These guys are the opposite of most of the Dark Kingdom.
They'd really get along with Jadeite.
Yes. But yeah, she draws a card to determine what... I guess, okay, so Ale is offering her the cards that, I believe he calls them Cardians at this point. And these are their tools to drain energy. So he is offering them to An so that she can predict the future to see which one would work out the best. I guess.
Yeah.
And she pulls one out, and it's a little sort of a flower one.
Yeah.
And they talk about using that they can't just drain flowers for energy, but they can use flowers. They can... This is where they sort of mention the girl thing. How,
right.
Flowers for... with romance, girls like flowers. And Ale is like, okay, cool. We call on you, Cardian. Our servant Vampire, appear. And then Vampire appears. Vampire is a buff lady who... with
like flat top hair.
Yeah, and a flower motif. Has one of her arms is just a big flower. And she just goes, Vampire! This one's a Pokemon one. And then we cut immediately to Vampire draining a bunch of human energy.
Yeah.
Just on the street. Yeah. Just like in the middle of the night, just draining people's energy. So this has nothing to do with flowers, other than Vampire looks like one.
What do you mean?
Okay, so using flowers to collect energy.
Yeah.
Specifically girls' energy.
Yeah.
Now let's think about the Dark Kingdom, right? Like, what would they do with this premise, right?
Right.
And I feel like what they would do is Nephrite would probably have like a garden that has been he put a fucking monster in it, like he does. And now, because the flowers will drain people's energy if you give them as gifts. Right. And then Nephrite would probably arrange some sort of like fake holiday or something, like some kind of Valentine's Day type thing, or an event where you get free flowers if you're getting them as a gift for someone you love, and then that would, this they literally talked about using flowers to drain energy from girls.
Yeah.
And this is just a vampire made of flowers.
Oh, she's using her flower on her hand to drain energy
from girls.
Yeah.
But
what's wrong?
There's no style here. There's no artistry to this energy draining.
There isn't. They didn't have a lot of time. Ellen Ahn knew that the episode was almost over. They spent a lot of time on their introduction.
I just want to see. I want to see them try harder. And the cats see this. Also, the cats are in the middle of the street and they're like, "Hey, holy shit! Hey, that's a monster! What the fuck?" And they consider, should we get the girls? But Artemis, I think, proposes that, and Luna's like, "No, we can't do that. They're living at peace now. Like, they are like living their normal lives. We can't give them back their memories and make them fight more." And they agree that they just are gonna have to deal with this themselves. Actually, I think no, they don't actually see Vampire at this point. They don't see Vampire until later. They see the results of Vampire's assault, which is just women lying in alleyways drained of energy. But they do eventually sort of track down Vampire, who appears in Naru's room.
Yep.
She has jumped up to Naru's window, and Naru is still talking on the phone with Usagi and is like, "Hey, Usagi, I have a problem." How funny would it be if she was just like, call you back. But yeah, Naru's energy starts getting drained.
Yep.
By Vampire, this thing's fucking tendrils. And she collapses while still on the phone with Usagi. And we cut briefly back to Usagi, and she's like, Naru? Naru? Naru!
Perfect. That right there, Naru, is why you're the best.
Usagi, there's some kind of flower-based vampire in my room. And the cats are here also, and now they see Vampire. What? I hate this name.
It's just Vampire.
It's just Vampire, but pronounced different.
Yeah.
Like, that. What does that have to do with fucking flowers?
Also, it's a Japanese show, and they gave this monster an English name.
Okay, that's fair. Still doesn't have anything to do with flowers,
no.
Though. It's just all the monsters drain energy like a vampire does.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Artemis is like, a monster? And Luna's like, seems like it, but boy does that girl get her energy drained a lot. And the cats start trying to fight Vampire. And it doesn't go super well, because they're cats.
They're cats.
And it's a giant monster.
Yeah.
Like, Artemis leaps at Vampire, and Vampire just fucking backhands him. But Usagi has arrived.
Yeah.
She's arrived already to save the day. Kind of. Because she was concerned about Naru. Parallels.
Yeah.
Remember the first episode?
Yeah.
And she and Naru's mom are coming up to Naru's room to check out what's going on. And they open the door and see Vampire over Naru's unconscious body.
Naru's mom immediately passes out.
Immediately faints. At least they make a joke out of it here.
Yeah.
So I can't complain. I can't complain yet. It's a new season. You're on thin fucking ice. And Usagi's like, it's a monster. And Luna says to Usagi, Usagi, We need your help. And Usagi is like, Luna, you can talk? So I want to point out something about that.
Mm-hmm.
How'd she know her name was Luna?
She named her that.
Just coincidentally?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
That's Luna's name. You look at a cat and you're like, oh, I know your name. Cats have their names engraved on their soul.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
And then Usagi is like, wait, this is all just a dream, isn't it? Hey, it's my dream. Oh, then I know what I'll do. I'm gonna just change this dream and make myself the strongest girl in the world.
Uh-huh.
And Luna is like, huh? And Usagi confronts Vampire immediately and says, so hey you, listen up, you monster. Stop bullying Naru or else I'll punish you. I'll punish you? Why does that phrase sound so familiar? And Luna is like, Usagi. And then Vampire just goes, Vampire! And starts draining Usagi's energy.
Uh-huh.
And she sort of collapses on her knees. She's still conscious, though, because Artemis saves her.
Uh-huh.
He, like, jumps into... I think he scratches at Vampire's face, right?
Uh-huh.
Usagi says a line here.
Oh, right.
Did we want to talk about this line?
Sure.
Okay. She said she's... Now, in fairness, she is...
Vampire has left at this... Has left?
I think so.
Has run away.
I think Vampire has gone off chasing Artemis.
Right, okay.
Artemis, like, distracted Vampire and then jumped out a window, and Vampire is going after Artemis.
Right.
And Usagi says, again, she's very drowsy.
Uh-huh.
She's very groggy here, having been drained of energy, and says, it's gotta be a dream. Vampires who look like drag queens.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I don't know how I feel about that line.
I don't either. It's a line that was added in the dub.
Okay.
So either like an ad-lib or just something the writers added that they thought was funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I don't know that I have the energy to say much more about that line.
Uh-huh.
It's not...
I mean, I don't know if I have the qualifications to say much more about that line.
It's one line. It's not like,
Uh-huh. I think it makes it better knowing it was from the dub, in a way. But yeah, Luna is conflicted right now because she can't fight Vampire, but she needs to save Artemis, and also a ton of innocent people. Yeah. Because Vampire is going on a fucking massacre. And she thinks for a bit and says, forgive me, Usagi, become Sailor Moon again.
Uh-huh.
And she shoots a beam out of her bald spot into Usagi's forehead. And we see Luna restoring Usagi's memories.
Yeah.
We see Usagi in Princess Serena gear fighting Queen Beryl.
Gear?
Fuck off. It's gear. It's an outfit. It's the fucking tiara.
Okay.
I think.
I think
she has a... Does she not have a tiara?
Princess Serenity does not have the tiara.
Why did I kept saying Serena and you didn't correct me at any fucking point.
I didn't notice it.
You've betrayed me. We see her fighting, and the moon stick. That's a gear.
Sure.
That's equipment. We see her fighting Endymion, and we see the dead bodies of all her friends. And we hear her internal monologue. Which is performed well enough that I feel like we should maybe just put this in the episode. Like, just a voice clip of this. Because I can't do it justice.
Sure.
I don't want to fight anymore. I want to be an ordinary girl. An ordinary girl. No! Usagi? Can you hear me?
Hey there. It's been a while since we last talked, huh, Luna?
You're you again! Your memory has all come back!
Mm-hmm.
And then she remembers.
She sort of snaps awake. That fucking line
Mhm.
killed me.
Luna is like, I think despite herself, happy.
Yes.
That Usagi remembers now.
Yeah, she says, "You're you again."
Uh-huh.
And then she gets Usagi to transform.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the transformation sequence.
Yeah.
It's the same one from last time.
Yeah.
Last season, I believe.
Uh-huh.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. And then we see Vampire in an alley again.
As monsters are wont to be.
And also cats, because
Yeah.
we do also see Artemis here.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And cats are also wont to be in alleys. Goddamn. Just...
What?
Why do we do this?
It's...
Why do people listen to this?
We're funny.
Are we?
Mamoru hates Fortnite.
Mamoru does. You're right. Thank you for that. I needed to remember that Mamoru hates Fortnite to regain my confidence and continue doing the podcast. Vampire is gonna fucking kill this cat.
Uh-huh.
But he is interrupted by a speech.
Uh-huh.
From someone standing on a rooftop above. Why did I say he? She.
She.
I think?
Vampire?
Vampire.
She.
Vampire's gender is vampire.
Yeah, I guess.
And this figure in the dark above says, "Let him go, you monster! I was finally able to go back to being an ordinary girl, but you dared to attack my friends, forcing me back to the battlefield without my consent. You are not considerate at all." And we see that it's Usagi.
It's Sailor Moon.
It's Sailor Moon, rather, yeah. And she says, "I am the pretty guardian who fights for love and for justice. I am Sailor Moon. And now, in the name of the moon, I'll punish you."
Mm-hmm. You back, baby.
Yeah. And the fucking fight music starts up.
Uh-huh.
The fight music that plays especially when Usagi is getting fucked up by the monster. So you already know what's gonna go down. You already know what's happening. It's Usagi getting fucked up by the monster.
Mm-hmm.
She runs around a little bit, and Vampire just starts to try to drain her energy.
Mm-hmm.
And does eventually get a tendril around her foot, and her energy is being drained. And she is just collapsed on the ground already. I think she had gone prone before even getting snagged. And she is trying to reach up for her tiara, but can't. Losing all her energy. But then Luna saves her.
Yeah.
Vampire is interrupted by a cat.
Uh-huh.
And Luna just jumps in and scratches at Vampire's face. And that makes her let go of Usagi. And Usagi grabs her tiara. And I think for considering, the content of last season, I think for the first time in a little while, we get a Moon Tiara action.
So, yeah. Uh-huh.
Unless, I think she might have Moon Tiara actioned Endymion in that final fight.
Maybe. I think so.
I feel like I remember her stabbing her boyfriend through the chest with her tiara boomerang.
Yeah.
But yeah, Moon Tiara action.
Mm-hmm.
And tiara slices through Vampire. And Vampire yells something.
Uh-huh.
I wrote down what it sounded like to me.
Okay.
You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It sounded like she yelled, "Frenzy!"
No.
No?
She yells, "Cleansing!"
Oh.
Which doesn't make much more sense.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
You cleanse yourself to feel refreshed.
Uh-huh.
And then she turns into
a card.
A card again. Not like a sweater. She turns into a card.
Why do we do this show?
Okay, it has a different energy when someone else says it in response to what the other person said.
Okay, I just thought it would be a funny callback. And the card disintegrates.
Yes. And Usagi and Luna are excited to have defeated the monster.
Yeah.
And as Usagi is sort of congratulating herself, we hear a voice in the distance say, "Sailor Moon, was it?" And she's like, "That's me." What? And turns, and there's some holograms.
Yeah, there sure are.
The sky?
Yeah.
In the air, certainly. High above.
And it's Ailenon.
It's Ailenon, yeah. In Alien.
Yeah.
I was about to say vampire. What's up? God damn it!
Ailenon!
Fuck!
Alien!
Fuck!
God damn it! Ugh!
You've gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's been 50 billion years, and I only just... I mean, in my defense, when I first watched the show, it was the Deke dub, and in that one, their names are Alan and Anne.
That's still, I mean, that is still that same pun. Did you not get it there either?
No. God. Anyway, they're here.
They're here, or at least astral projections of them are here.
Mm-hmm.
And Ale says, "I had no idea someone like you was on this planet." And Usagi literally says the thing that pretty much everybody in the audience has been thinking up to this point, I believe, which is, "Who are you people?" And Ale says, "Nomadic nobles of the universe. I'm Ale." And An is like, "And I am An."
Mm-hmm.
And they threaten her or something, I think, and then they just fuck off. Nomadic nobles of the universe.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about that later, because we're gonna have a lot about Ale and An to talk about.
Yeah.
And Luna is like, so they're the bad guys. So we have another ongoing threat here.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sort of looks to Usagi, and she is crying.
Uh-huh.
And she says, "Goodbye, my ordinary life. It was fun while it lasted."
Uh-huh. And that's the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. And we get a new credit sequence.
Yeah. With a new song.
Yeah.
This is maybe my favorite Sailor Moon ending theme.
Really? Okay.
It's really good. It's called A Maiden's Policy.
Okay.
It was written by Rui Serizawa and composed by Makoto Nagai, and it's very good, and I like it a lot.
Cool. It is good. I like it. And the ending sequence is just kind of Usagi walking, doing a walk down through some like daytime outside environments, including some that seem relevant. That they have some symbols to them.
Okay.
Like there's literally, she walks by a mural that like has the Sailor Guardian symbols on it. And I think another one that has like some weird clown masks.
Okay.
I think there were clown masks. I could be wrong. I need to rewatch it. And then next time on Sailor Moon, Usagi is auditioning for a TV drama.
Uh-huh.
And also the other Sailor Guardians, or former Sailor Guardians, are going to be there. Mm-hmm. And we see some spoilers in the animations that we see, but
yeah, we sure do.
But yeah, next episode is TV show.
Yeah,
a TV show one, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. So we're back.
We're back into it. What do we want? So what do you? No, you go. You ask.
Okay. I think we pretty much know, but any extra thoughts on Ale and An?
So they're aliens.
Yeah.
They are from someplace else from the Moon Kingdom. Mm-hmm. They're from outer space, not just inner space.
Right.
Not local space.
Not the Sol system.
Not the Sol system. Or maybe the Sol system. Maybe they're Martians. I don't know. And so they're nomadic nobles of the universe.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Okay. So there's a lot to talk about with them. So I do want to talk about it. Cuz like they're like, there are only new characters that we've gotten in this episode, so like they're obviously recurring, so they're a big thing to talk about. They are here for unknown reasons. They're nomadic, they said,
Yeah.
so maybe they're just stopping by. They are infiltrating by disguising themselves as middle schoolers.
Yeah.
I'm not clear if they're actually middle school aged for their species, or...
Yeah. Unclear.
In which case, where the fuck are their parents? I would love if the fucking resolution of Aelan was calling their alien parents on them to take them back home.
God.
So An seems to have an energy deficiency.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, weirdly energy diabetic and, like, needs extra energy. Like, because Ael has not, that we've seen, has not gone through what An went through, where she just, like, ran out of energy.
Right.
If they're able to get energy from the tree,
right,
then it's possible the tree has a limited supply of energy, which is why they need to...
Do we not see something happen to the tree after An is restored? Does the tree not kind of wither?
I mean, the plant bit, the tendril that came out.
Okay.
I didn't see the tree. I'll be honest.
Oh,
I don't know. Like, there's branches that they're on, and there's that thing, the tendril thing, but I don't know what the fuck the tree is. Like, so it's possible they have a limited supply of energy, which is why they need to get more energy from humans. They have Cardians, which are monsters contained in cards.
Yeah, it's time to duel.
And An can see the future, and maybe also Ael has a thing for Usagi, who, of course, he doesn't know is Sailor Moon, but they do now know about Sailor Moon.
They know Sailor Moon exists. An has a thing for Mamoru.
An has a thing for Mamoru, for some reason.
Well, it's the green blazer and the pleated pants. She said it. He's the perfect guy.
They're pretending to be brother and sister. There's so much going on with just these two characters in this one episode. What are they? You know? Like,
they're aliens.
They're aliens.
They can't tell you everything at once.
They can't tell you everything. Yeah, no, I know, but then we probably know more about Ael and An from this first episode than we knew about the Dark Kingdom from the first fucking arc.
Yeah.
But so they're weird.
Yeah.
They're weird, and they have a lot of stuff set up going forward. Like, the card thing is a theme according to the opening.
So
they have a romance theme going, which makes sense for the R.
I think An being, quote, able to see the future greater than anyone else in the galaxy, or whatever the fuck Ael says, I think that's just fortune telling. I think that's all that is. Because, you know, cards, tarot.
I love that the idea that she's just really good at, like, very just mundane fortune telling, like the exact same kind of fortune telling that people do on Earth. That's very funny. So they both obviously have a romance theme, and they both want to cheat on the other.
Yes.
So they have a very dysfunctional relationship already that is set up. I do appreciate at least that it's... If we're gonna have a straight villain romance, at least it's an interesting one.
And by interesting, you mean unhealthy?
Unhealthy, yes. Especially, which is... There's something about me that likes the dichotomy of... we have these villains with a very unhealthy straight romance, versus, like, last season, where we had Zoisite and Kunzite, who have... a very healthy romance, like, are very devoted to each other, but are just also total assholes to everybody else.
Yeah,
They're weird. I don't know
if you don't have much more to say, that's fine. You've only seen one episode of this.
It feels like I should have more to say, just because there's so much.
There are a lot.
But I suspect that romance thing will be the important part. Like, I suspect if they're emphasizing like romance and unhealthy versus healthy romance and stuff already with them, and like their supposed devotion to each other, but also like immediately going after other people, that's got to be something, right?
Yeah.
So Usagi.
Yeah.
I appreciate that this season is already being like her regaining her memories is not a good thing.
Right.
Like, this is a necessary evil, basically, because Earth is in danger again, and there just needs to be people to save people from these monsters.
Once again, the only person who can save the world is a 14-year-old girl.
Yes, and the show is immediately like, this is still fucked up. This is still bad. I appreciate that, like, considering how much I loved the ending of the last season, I appreciate that they are treating this appropriately tragically already. Like, Usagi is already done with this shit. Like, I really like that, and it also breaks my fucking heart. I don't like Luna's, You're You Again.
Yeah.
There's something also especially tragic about Usagi in like, just a few, like, the day that this started happening, the day that the Earth stood still, the day that the alien on came.
The day that the nasty bean appeared.
The day that the day that will live on forever as NB Day. Wait, hang on. No, I don't like that. I don't care for that comparison.
No? Do you not?
No.
You don't like comparing non-binary people to nasty beans?
I don't. I mean, I'm a nasty bean, but, you know, that's just me. I don't want to project onto all other non-binary folks. The day that this started happening, Usagi was already, was finally, 2 months after the reset. Usagi was starting to meet back up with the others again.
Yeah.
And, again, that would tie into, the ending bit that Luna said of, eventually they'll probably become friends again. They still live in the same town. They'll be able to, talk to each other, and eventually they'll come together again. And hopefully be able to, lead a peaceful life together.
But no, the nasty bean had to come and ruin it.
As soon as it starts happening, the nasty bean comes and ruins it.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You hate to see a nasty bean come and ruin your peaceful days.
You hate to see a nasty bean ruin your superhero retirement.
You hate to see a nasty bean just ruin your pure, unmarred middle school days.
I would dare even say, and this might be controversial, you hate to see a nasty bean.
You do hate to see a nasty bean
just in general.
In most contexts.
I can't think of a context where I've ever enjoyed seeing a nasty bean.
Yeah.
In all my years, of all the nasty beans I've seen.
If we're using ska lingo, then some real good coffee beans could be nasty beans.
Okay.
But that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. I would not want to brew that bean into coffee also. That seems like it would be a bad coffee.
Well, no.
And very big coffee also.
Nasty. Oh, the
bean in the show.
The bean in the show would not be good coffee.
The wiggly goo bean.
Well, it doesn't look more like a coffee bean. It looks more like a lima bean to me.
Do you think the fucking bean in Chicago or wherever the fuck is just a spaceship?
Oh, I don't want to give that guy that much credit. I mean, actually...
What if he just took credit for the big fucking bean?
You know what? I do like this theory. He didn't make that bean.
The bean just showed up one day and he was like, I did that.
I'm a hack and I'm going to claim credit for this bean. I don't know that guy's name, but he's a shithead.
I think people I think it's Anish Kapoor, right?
Yeah.
I think people overestimate how much of a shithead he is, but there's stuff that isn't people depict him unfairly. I'll make fun of him for the bean though. That's just a big mirrored bean.
Yeah, I mean also the Vanta Black stuff really sucked.
No, I think that's the thing, is, like, there was context surrounding that.
Was there?
Yeah, there's, like... I don't know the exact context. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, the bean sucks.
The mirror bean?
Yeah.
Well, both.
Both beans
Both
suck.
beans that we've been talking about, except for the coffee beans that the ska man says is nasty.
Uh-huh. God.
The ska man speaketh. There. I can't say that. Sailor Moon.
Don't do that.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So yeah,
there's some intriguing stuff of like...
It is also worth noting, again, like, this is a filler arc that was not written by Naoko Takeuchi.
Right. Which seems weird also, because it seems... I mean, it's a filler arc, but it's going to be very important, clearly.
Yeah. What do you mean?
The returning the memories thing is very important.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, so in the manga, they don't lose their memories. The manga has a different ending to the Dark Kingdom arc.
Uh-huh. D-Dub could have just used that.
Yeah.
But no, it's plot relevant in season 2, so.
Yeah. So, like, this arc is 13 episodes.
Right.
And then we'll basically be done with Al-Anon.
Okay. I hope we get a satisfying ending for them, I guess.
I just want to make it clear that, like, this whole season is not going to be
Al-Anon. Okay. It doesn't seem like it could be, because they're just two chuckle fucks who came from space. Like, the Dark Kingdom was always implied to be, like, this consists of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who just are gone now, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess they got sealed away, I guess.
Choose to believe that they...
are dead.
Are fine. They're fine and they're not evil. Beryl, whatever her real name was, the human form, is just living her life.
Assuming that's even a thing in the show continuity.
What?
The thing with Beryl having
sure.
Just her human form being...
Sure.
Because, well, it's implied it's not, right? Because we see her in the backstory.
Right. Jadeite is a rock.
Jadeite is still a rock.
Nephrite.
Nephrite is... Just hanging out somewhere on a beach somewhere.
And Kunzite and Zoisite are living their lives.
Yeah.
They went somewhere where gay marriage is legal in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know if that existed.
They can at least live as, like, partners in Los Angeles or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck the DD girls, though. The DD girls can fucking choke.
Yeah, they're dead. They're just gone.
The DD girls reincarnated as actual moths and just all hit the same fucking bug zapper.
And Boxy is doing his priestly duty.
Discreet from the priest he possessed?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
a different... He reincarnated as a different priest.
He's the priest of boxing now. He's a personal trainer.
That's it. That's what they call. That's what's on his card and on his website is the priest of boxing. He would have a website, of course, because it's the 90s. Usagi really should get up on the times. I remember that. I can still make callbacks. I can make some callbacks.
Anyway, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about.
Yeah, I guess not. I felt like watching this episode, I felt like, oh, there's actually a lot to talk about. Well,
here. we talked about a lot of it while we were recapping the episode. And we did say a lot.
Yeah,
we said a lot of words.
We say a lot of words on this show. Which is why I question why people watch it.
We're funny. We're funny, and we have good, insightful things to say about stuff.
That's true.
About shows,
about narratives,
themes, about how fucking shitty that bean is.
It's a really gross... We didn't talk enough about how gross the bean... It wiggles. I hate it.
The thumbnail for this episode is probably just going to be Al-Anon together, but I'm
tempted to make it the bean.
I'm tempted to make it the gross bean. Or I could just make it the bean from fucking wherever the fuck. Chicago?
Chicago? I keep wanting to say Seattle.
No.
It looks like it would be in Seattle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know why the bean has Seattle energies to me, but...
lots of weird art installations in Seattle, probably.
Wait, is it Detroit?
I don't fucking know, man.
Where is fucking Watch Dogs set?
Shout out in the comments where the bean is.
Where the bean and Watch Dogs is.
Watch Dogs is Chicago, I'm pretty sure. It's, like, not Chicago, because Chicago doesn't have a ton of hills, but Watch Dogs does.
Right.
But...
It's, like, fake. It's a fake imaginary Chicago.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But it has some real landmarks. It doesn't have the bean.
It has something similar to the bean.
They replaced the bean with a different thing. Welcome to our Watch Dogs Watchcast. It's just called Watch_cast.
I need to end this. I need to kill us where we stand. As always, thanks for listening. You can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
And you can find me at Frylord Zarek on Twitter.
And you can find the show at late_school.
And thank you, thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the use of his song Semi-Funk.
Yeah. The moonlight is a messenger of love.
Hey, they didn't say that!
They did?
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I didn't catch it. Anyway. I don't understand.
What?
It tastes like pool water.
It tastes fine.
There are too many unfiltered minerals in this that I can taste.
Yes, I can't taste them. I just taste water. It's like hydrogen dioxide.
What was that?
Hydrogen dioxyclean.
That's it.
Hydrogen deoxys.